Why did that crash OBS? Like, I just... What? Anyway.
Okay, let's just freeze back up. I don't know, let's go further inland. Shit. What's up?
Why do fireworks go on the offhand when we can't even use your offhand?
Keep
So
going.
stupid.
Ease right back up.
No, but seriously though, it stopped my stream. It crashed my stream. Me dying there crashed my stream. It's so stupid.
Nothing wrong with getting some extra food. Uh, yeah, we're going from
Now,
planet to
most of the
planet.
time, I'm just running around back and forth, not knowing what to do.
Yes. And okay, nice savannah biome we've got here. Let's go see what's over here.
Yes, I do have a lot of active days played.
I'm not gonna lie, I kinda don't want to play that song right now, so I'm gonna go over here. We'll go around. Actually, let's go straight. What's up, turtle? Good food.
But that might not even...
Lava lake, lava lake. Ooh.
But that might not even be a third of the days. That might not even be a third of those 14,000 days played. Don't crash. I have to wait for my whoever's in the bathroom to get out. And now I have to hear it. Now all the time, I go AFK also goes into the 380 days I've played. But that also includes menu time and time on other worlds. So when you see a high number of days played,
Oh,
don't look too deep into it.
pretty sure you missed.
Alright, now we could get on to what I actually have planned for today. Has nothing to do with this. Although,
Dreamer not approved? Creeper. Come over here.
did I not use 3?
Shit.
Yeah, that's it.
So 4 plus. We'll go with another 4.
I want to make a couple of flags tonight, but
These aren't working out.
no, that's like 7,000 days played a year. I actually usually play with it off. I usually play with the days played off.
Build from there.
Alright, I want to do that Russian flag that I've been talking so much about. And probably that French one too.
We need one more.
Let me look at the world map first, though.
Okay. This is not hardcore, by the way. We are at 4. There.
Alright, so yeah.
I'm just gonna make it a solid 10.
The Russian end, yep.
Let's heal up.
What
If
is-
I die, it's plus 10 for everything.
Have Germany down. Oh, I think. Okay, hang on. So I want France. So here's Germany.
In the house.
I want
There's a couple.
France and the UK. Be right next to each other. But the Netherlands here, and Belgium here. And then here's Germany, Denmark, Poland. Okay, so I have a plan now. I have a plan now. Done. 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 All right, so I want to do
Alright, okay, bro. This is
Russia at least tonight. Which I believe is like 42, 42. But now I have it planned out in my head. Or on paper even. On whiteboard. I have how I want these flags done on them. Alright. So
Whoa!
I have no idea.
What?
We're fine for now. I am gonna have to
Leave me alone.
go back and whatever, but I need to go.
Okay, Creeper, you shouldn't do any damage to me here. Nope, no damage. Whoa! 9.
The thing is, it doesn't tell me what flag is which.
Red in the house. Whoa! Okay, yeah, fire. Well, I guess something should be. Yeah, fire damage. Let's Heads up, setups. I'll go 5. And go 19 push-ups. Jesus. Skeletons do a lot of damage. Oh, great. Soul Sand Valley. Shit. Love that spawn. For sure. Totally.
I would like swiftness.
Yo!
like swiftness beacons. I do want I do want to get like a whole bunch of beacons. But there's no easy way of fighting the Wither because the Wither just escapes. Right? I can't do that trick in
Okay, anyway, I'm glad this is here. Glad we found it. Glad well, we did.
that
We did something.
Java players have where they go in the end and
Go this way.
do the thing. I don't have that type of luxury. Sadly.
Split, eh?
Also, I feel like they made this slower.
Okay, so I got about 10 minutes before these 40 milligrams. Was it milligrams?
Okay.
Oh, no way is that, dude.
Welcome everybody to another flag making episode.
The Adderall kicks in. And I'm feeling mad intelligent right now, bro. If you answer, leave a comment in the comment section below. I feel like I can answer every single one of them. Lickety split, eh?
Dude, I actually hate that.
40 milligrams. The Adderall kicks in. Feeling mad intelligent. No, Milo. You're in the house, bro. Stay confident.
Welcome all to another
Wiggly.
flag making episode. So we did Belarus last time, right? We got, this is gonna be our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe, flag, and this one's gonna be controversial. Just gonna say it now. We are doing the Russian flag today.
No,
Now I'm actually part Russian, so
don't.
no, I've never like been to Russia,
End up doing a lot more.
or anything like that. But
Where
my mom's side of the family is Russian,
but
so you know,
not today.
whether I like it or not, they're part of my DNA. Now that might like get me executed or whatever.
Let's go see what's on this island.
But I never said I promote
I'm gonna craft another boat. I'll just swim.
Russia. But yeah, the easy tricolor flag. Red, white, and blue. So I guess
In the house, bro.
actually. I have no idea the order of the Russian flag. Okay. Russian flag. Okay, here we go.
Let's just go until we find a cave. In the house.
Alright. Now that we have that done.
Maybe. I don't know. Did it go any
I'm
further?
actually surprised that we've only done
Really?
one tricolor flag.
Maybe. I hope. It does not.
Okay, hang on, let me type this in. 10, 45,
Got
R.
an iron though.
Alright, I guess I'll start with the white and let's just
We've already went that
get
far.
into the time lapse.
Or let's just mine straight down, maybe. Yeah. Whoa! Did not expect that to be that quick. Okay. Yep.
Chat,
Good.
so
What we had.
yeah, this is what I've had
Some
planned
water.
for today's
Alright.
stream.
Think about doing that. Alright, kind of far from the base or the village. Which I think I'm gonna make my base there. Let's just go over here, get some water.
But really, I want to do more of these.
You know, I support tree patcherism.
I don't know. To be honest with you, we could just do this like once a week. Just build another flag. You know, learn a little bit about the world. There is 195 flags out there. So,
Alright, cool.
you know, that's 195 weeks. If we do one flag at a time. But we don't really have to. We could kind of do whatever we want to do. You know, we could have 2 to 3 at a time.
We did 2.5 hearts each time.
Dios decision.
No, he did 2.5. Go. We're gonna make them despawn. I don't know if I'm going far enough, but we'll see. Did not go far enough. It definitely did not go far enough.
Jenny, who can I turn to?
in the house, puff. Do I have a bed? Well, I don't have a bed. I can make a bed. I'm gonna drink my caramel Starbucks iced coffee. It's been in the fridge for I don't know how long.
So on the Russian side of my family, there's this I have cousins, right? That's not what I'm getting at. Of course I have cousins. But yeah, one of my uncles got shot. He's alive and whatever. Like one of his neighbors shot him. I'm pretty sure.
Cause I don't intend on going back out there.
I actually think like he went crazy after that. I'm not entirely sure.
I guess the chest.
But yeah. Dude.
Okay.
Can't keep doing that, man.
First things first. Charcoal. Which why do you do this?
Hope was worth it. Hope your life was worth it.
Give me. Well, I guess it's more.
My uncle had a killer stash, from what I remember.
Okay, good. This should be enough to leave.
Now my female cousin, she was cool. Her brother though, fuck that dude, is actually just like a spoiled brat. It's like in the worst possible way. He was an entitled, selfish brat.
Go see. Alright, so yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like a, can I have this thing? Oh sweet, I got it, thank you, type of spoiled brat, right? Where it's like, they always seem to get their way, but like they're thankful for it.
Whoa!
Those guys are just like, you can't blame them. But, you know, still don't like them.
I see you.
But, like, you can't really blame spoiled brat. Right? Because, like, nobody told them no. Right? It's kind of on the parents on that one. Right, like my female cousin. She wasn't the spoiled brat at all.
Whoa!
In fact, I told her she wasn't mine. Trump reference right there.
We're just gonna
I told her that if she wasn't my cousin, we'd probably be dating right now.
Whoa.
Nah, I didn't say that.
Okay.
No, I don't know. Nah, yeah, I'm not. I could say I get away with it, but I'm not going to.
There goes Snapchat.
Nothing inappropriate ever happened. Honestly, I can't. I don't really. I think I have
Let's go. About to go.
one memory. It might have been at a funeral or some family gathering.
Save it.
We were at a restaurant and we were just yip yapping away.
Upload a video.
You know, just the family reunion stuff.
Next.
Now the memory is like her telling my mom that she got her license, and my mom was kind of freaking out about it. That's the memory.
Okay. Let's find another tree with all of its goodies. Goody goody. Each one can do 8. What, 5? Fucking hate spiders, dude. Oh god. I don't even know how to count that. I'll add 6, so 31 push-ups. All fucking ready? Push-ups.
Look, man, we're not even like. Man, we're about halfway done with the first color, but we also have to do it in the ocean, which I'm not looking forward to really.
We're gonna be in a dangerous spot. Boy.
Actually, putting it on sand is a dumb idea.
Video.
I think every 2 hops is a good idea.
Damn it, stop.
Maybe one day I'll like need these out, you know, and make it look all nice or whatever. But I don't plan on doing it.
Okay, that's fine.
It's one of those things where it's like I could do that. I don't really plan on doing it.
30.
You know, I think it's okay just to say things, right? It's just like not everything should be said, right? Like Kanye didn't have to make that song about his cousin.
Mine's a fool.
But there was no need for that. Or like half the things that Kanye said, but like you know, just like saying things sometimes is fine.
Oh my god. 32. A creeper? Oh man.
I was about to say, hooray, we're almost done with the white. No, we are not. It's probably gonna be the fastest color we do. That's because so much of it is on land, and it's so much easier to do land than it is anything else. Like water. I have it near an ocean because, well, I mean, first of all, it's a desert. I need to mine sand anyway.
As long as I can.
So that's why it's here. That's why it's in a desert. I tried to do it on ice before. It doesn't work as nice as you'd think it would. Right? Because at first my initial thought, and it was a good thought, was okay, I'll just have it in the ocean, so that way I don't have to do blue. Right? The blue can just be blue.
Why is it low-key intimidating?
Right? The ocean will take care of all the blue, but as you can see, the ocean does not take care of the blue. Right? It has different types of blue in it, and yeah, I just so I got rid of that thinking. But the nice thing about the ocean is that it is less digging that I have to do. Um, reason why I want to do this is because, like, yeah, I'm interested into like flags and stuff, right? Like, what does the Russian flag mean? Now with the Ukrainian flag, it's actually supposed to represent a wheat field and the calm, pretty blue skies. Um, red usually means like bravery. I actually forget what the German flag means. Actually, I don't even think I looked that up yet. Because I have a lot of stuff. Alright, now we do blue. Which I do have a lot of blue wool. I think it's what, 45?
I knew one of them would have
What is it?
I knew one of them was gonna follow me here. I knew it.
45. Okay, so.
Is it even worth counting days? I don't think so. I think you can just.
Yep.
As long as it's like if you're just like, if I'm just here and it's like 100 days.
Probably gonna be faster if we do it like this. The thing is, I'd hate to be Kanye's cousin. Because you're like, yeah, bro, I'm Kanye's cousin, man.
Okay.
Yeah, me and him. Man. We share the same grandma.
I guess. Okay, so here.
Or whatever. And then it's
Here.
like, nah. Oh, he's crazy now. Damn. Then it's, oh, he made a song about his cousin, him and his cousin being sus.
Furnace.
Diddy fool. Even if you're not that cousin, people are gonna look at you like that's you. It's like, no, that's not me. That's not me. That's my other cousin.
Boom.
Okay. Family is very weird. Bro, we were 8. They were 8. They were 8. It's like, bro, come on. You ain't messing with no broke person. I'm not gonna lie, but white people need the equivalent of the N word. Like, I know it's like cracker or whatever. Like, yeah, sure, that's a racial slur. No, not a single white person cares if you call him cracker. Right? But like, we we need a word that nobody else. I think every race should have a word that no other race can be allowed to say.
Okay. No, I got a bow. Something.
You know what I mean?
Useless because I don't have.
Maybe it's not even like a racial slur per se. Maybe it's just like a song or like a word used in song. Right? And it's just like, damn, I want to say that, but like I'm not allowed to.
Okay. Guys.
Right? Because like I won't be able to sing with like Gold Digger, you know? Or like other
I'm done for.
like I want to be able to sit in a car with somebody of the opposite race and be able to sing along with the words without having to focus on like what word is coming on next and me just having to stop, you know?
It's plus what? Well, 40 seems fair. And
Dude, I'm that one Kendrick Lamar fan. Um, Kendrick was like, "Come on, somebody come up and rap a little, you know, like rap and like win something maybe." I don't know the whole backstory of that, but a white woman,
I know where I died.
and she was doing it, but the fan was booing. The crowd was booing her because she was singing the N word. And dude, if I'm her, I'm not gonna lie, it's over for me. Right? Like that like yeah, you were killing it. But like everybody's just focused on that one word. You know, and she didn't mean it in like a harmful, like racist way, but like come on.
So if you're curious on like what I'm doing and why
You know what I mean? Like
I don't take any damage, is because every
I feel like if we're just like singing
damage
like
I
singing
take
along,
is
it should be vacated or something. Right? Maybe not be allowed to say it. Like don't like if you're just like quoting the song.
set of
But like if it comes on the radio, then maybe, you know? Cause like I'm not saying like, I think the word within itself
You gotta give it
by default is just a cringe word. It's like it's a very goofy word. Or it's like, oh, well, we have a white guy saying this. Yeah, that's true. And like, what do I have a right? But like, you know, it would be
Okay, let's do some inventory.
it would be nice to sing along and not have to like worry about the words. Right, like, cause like I'm like
We don't need
singing along or rapping along to a song,
sword.
and I'm by myself, but like
Boom, boom.
I don't. I stop myself because it's like, yeah, like, you know, like who's gonna stop me? Nobody's around, but I don't because it's just like practice. Genuinely. Maybe that's a messed up thing. Like, oh, you just shouldn't say it. But it's just like, I'm not like a racist person. 100% of my friends are black. One. I have one friend.
Alright, we have to fight back the darkness. Best thing we can do.
But like, genuinely, it is just practice.
The best spot to fight them in an open area. Okay, that's one. Two. Actually, he did no damage. He did no damage. He hit me, but no damage. So,
I'm not like, I don't say the word.
oh my god, there's a lot of push-ups, man.
You know, I might have said it like
Man.
once or twice before I knew what it meant, but like I don't use
Yeah,
it
let's fight back the darkness.
ever, really. That makes it sound like I do it sometimes. I don't, I swear. It was a couple days ago. I was, what's stopping me? Just calling a driver cut me off. It was a Jeep driver. I hate Jeep drivers. Like Jeeps, I could care less about the type of car it is, but just the drivers that drive this certain brand of car are just complete assholes. And I was just like, I really could. I could really call this guy on my butt. And I was very close, but I didn't do it. I was just like, I'm above it. I can't stoop down to that level. Right, and then like I could have said that and you know, I just like never told the story. It's like nobody would know except me. But it's just like, you know, I just like nah. Right? But like that word comes in a song and it like, man, that word just works. Right? Like white people don't have that type of word. It's like be really nice if like we had a word like that.
Okay, so 5.
And in saying all this, I'm thinking to myself, there's nobody here, so I could just rabble on, and nobody can stop me, right? Like I don't have an image. I need to
I'm gonna plug this hole. That's just gonna get annoying.
preserve, right? Like I can admit that I almost said the N word about the black guy that cut me off. He didn't really cut me off. He there was a stop sign. I stopped. I was about to go. He didn't have his turn signal on, alright, and then he waved at me and just went on. Didn't have his turn signal on or anything. Now it's just, like if you had your turn signal on, I'd be less mad. It's like I was about to go. I was like, okay, he's turning straight, or he's going straight, right? And it's just like whatever. But I feel like if like there was like 1,000 people, if there was like a few people watching me, I wouldn't be able to admit to this story. But here we are.
Battle tactics. On the edge of glory. Okay, that's fine. Again, we're just going back to darkness. Oh, okay. So 6 more, 40, 46.
No, like
Kill you.
what? Yeah.
Ah. 1.
I actually thought there was more blue. There was gonna be more blue than red. But no, this makes sense. Whatever, it's fine. Or like, yeah, like the freedom of speech doesn't mean the freedom of consequence, right? Like, I could walk up to a guy, say something, which I'm in my right to say, within reason. Like, you can't cause mass panic. Like, you can't just shout fire, fire when there is no fire, right? You can't say I plan to kill the president. I just said it. Secret Service, I don't mean it. I'm just using it as an example. Like, Trump's okay in my book, I guess. He's made some recent decisions that it's just like, what are we doing here? But I'm not gonna do anything. He's not worth my time. President. Don't worry, you're safe. He said he's not worth your time. His time. Whew. Man, I'm glad I'm not worth it. I'm glad I'm not worth it. I'm glad. Alright, so we did the land. This is where we are. Now I have to fill it out into C. Ugh, I hate this part. Uh, damn it. You have to get it like just right in order to do it. Like, you do it like this, right? And then you might be able to. It's an inconsistent strategy, but it's a strategy that makes it go quicker.
A lot of where the trouble comes from. But be it no more. Fuck that.
Alright, but we're gonna do the water strategy we usually do. Where you place one like every few blocks apart. Just like so. $400 seems like a choice. Calm down. Which, I mean, if you look back in history, like, every single race at some point or another was a slave. Right, I'm not, like, taking away, you know, like, from like, the American slavery. Like, yeah, slavery is bad. Point blank period. I don't care what race you are with, like, age, religion, that doesn't matter. It's bad. Right, that's not a controversial thing to say unless you like, unless you promote slavery. In which case, there's a bunch of people who will like to do something about it. Not me. Yeah. Not worth my time. But like you look in Egypt, right? They like imprisoned, or they slaved away the Jews. You know? Like, Jewish people are, no, I'm just like clearing out the dome, but like you include the Holocaust in that, right? Because like, yeah, they like were slaved away. They were like slaved to death, and they were gassed or whatever. Right, and then they were killed. Right, and then like Hanukkah is based on slavery. It's like I'm pretty sure. Something about how like a candle was supposed to last like a couple hours, but it lasted 8 days. something like that. Right, and then like
These squads.
in Rome, you had white people, but they were poor and they were peasants, so.
Push-ups, squats.
They were slaved away. Right? If you look back at any ancient times, you could find some source of slavery, especially like with like a new conquered territory. Um, like then they like imprisoned and forced the new conquered peoples to slavery, you know, and everything in between. Right, like today, right in China, you have child slave. Um, in the Middle East, I think it might be Palestine, one of those countries. They make like $1. Like I believe it was like a Vice video on it. Right, it's like they ask a rich man like, hey, one of my family members is sick, can I pull out a loan? And then like, yeah, sure, why not? But you have to work it away. You will have to work it off, and it's just like, okay, whatever. I'll do anything to keep my wife alive. Right? And then it's just they're told that like they have this much money. They make like $1 a day or whatever. And they're like, no, we paid we're working on you are working off the loan. Don't worry about it. But like if one of the like the entire family is forced to like work it off, right? And they like interviewed a kid and it's just like, I don't even know why I'm here. This is just what I was born in. Okay. I'm paying off some sort of debt, I guess, but I didn't do anything. I like want to go to school, I want to do these things. But I'm imprisoned here. Right, and it's just like, this kid didn't do it. And he's like working non-stop, right? Non-stop every day.
Okay, I'm back. So I was wondering what the hell
And like, that's slavery 101. Right? Now there's like no like Jim Crow laws or anything about it, you know?
And how the small ones act as a shield for the bigger ones. Cause like, I'm also not trying to use all my durability with the sword on the small one. Like I literally have like half a heart, one part. You know, I have a half a heart.
But yeah, I don't know.
So I'm not trying to use my durability from my sword whenever I need my sword to do bigger damage. Anyway, we need to pick a direction.
Slavery is bad and it goes without saying. The only thing I can say. And that is happening all over the world even today. That's just truth. China especially. You can't even see the blue on blue, which makes sense, but still.
It's over here. He's doing no damage to me. There's one, there's two, there's three. Oh, he's the one who's hitting you!
But yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, an hour and 11 minutes in. But it's not the Belarusian flag. Alright? Or like it's like I have to work out a specific design. It's just straight lines. Which is nice. Now, like the Mexican flag and like the Spanish flag, those flags, ugh. Not looking forward to them. The Napoleon flag.
This show is for real saving my life.
Right, like Greece and Turkey, those flags are gonna have some work in them. Blue on blue on blue. And I'm not taking away from like slavery in America, right? Because like I said, they're like there were no like Jim Crow laws for any other race that was slaved. I think American slavery was like of probably the harshest,
One, that's two.
if not second harshest. I would argue that the Holocaust was like the worst form of it, but because it wasn't as long as American slavery,
So I don't think you should agree with that.
then it wasn't as bad. Right, like if the Holocaust went on for like 100 more years, that's
Man, we're just trying to get as much stuff as we can, as quickly as we can.
that would have been the number one form of like the worst versions of slavery. So, but I would say that American slavery is probably like the worst, harshest, because it was race driven. There's like no further explanation. It wasn't like, oh, I'm paying off a loan. Oh, I'm just cheap labor. No, but I'm sure there was slave owners that was just like, hey, free labor. Right, I'm sure there's that one guy who's just like, I don't care that you're this race.
You got everything you want. Jungle, welcome to the jungle. You got jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
I'm just glad that it's pretty much free. Right, and it wasn't like I'm paying off a loan or free labor. It's just like, yes, we went
Okay,
to a spot. There was a lot of people who did not look like us,
Okay,
so we put them on the boat and shipped them off to America.
Mine shaft. There's one at 760.
But yeah, anyway, I think that's enough of that. I don't even know how we started talking. Oh yeah, because of the whole. It'd be nice for white people to have the equivalent to the N-word, but it's whatever. I don't make the rules, I just play by them. Fight. Oh boy. We just had a discussion on why they were bad. I'm sorry.
Somewhat of an iron farm.
You know, you could say that like I'm racist for like saying that. I don't know. I don't even know why I said that could be racist. I mean, I think I said something that like 90% of people can agree on, and the other 10% are just bad, awful human beings.
Negative 680.
But it's probably not even 10%.
The other side of the cave. Fight off as much darkness as possible. Blocks this way.
Right? Like I'm not taking away from anything. I'm just shining a light on other examples of the bad thing that we're so mad about.
I don't know the Y coordinate.
Like, if it wasn't for that, the world would be 100 times better. Now, like, yeah, right, you're always gonna have. There is no getting rid of bullying or racism or sexism or
But yeah,
homophobia. There's no getting rid of that, right? You always have one person somewhere,
portal down here.
or one kid making fun of another kid somewhere in the world
I actually do need.
for whatever reason.
So sad.
This is that's just how the world works.
It's what, 4?
I'm not saying that it should exist. I'm just saying that it always
Oh,
will.
it's 5. They're not always dealing damage to me is the thing.
Unless like AI takes over and there's just drones flying everywhere, and like they listen in on every conversation. You say one bad thing about anybody, they like arrest you and throw you in jail.
Okay.
Which brings me to another thing that actually did cost me
Whenever I go to
a
sleep,
date.
this can go on YouTube.
Man, I was gonna go on a date with this girl, and I had a similar conversation to this now. Right? She was mad that the president got elected or whatever. And I'm scared.
Okay, so 2.5. That's 3. Plus 2. 67 push-ups.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like,
5.
because, like, he's gonna get rid of gay rights and everything. I just, like, he can't, nor will he do that. Right? Because there will be an uprising
And we got redstone, baby.
if that does happen. Right? And now it's just like, you know, that's like that's how like the civil rights movement worked. And it's just like, yeah, wait. You should read a book to see how your words are affecting people. Like, I don't think reading a book will change anything. The world's a messed up place. Whatever. I should have known because it said liberal and bisexual in her bio. man. Like, I'm not even gonna get into the A word, man. The word used when
70 all of a sudden.
told to stop on a mission.
Baby. So yeah, half of the battle's already fought.
That starts with an A, ends with a T. No, and I'm not. I even told her that. I'm not gonna get into that.
The zombie spawner.
But
Assuming that there is one in this mine shaft.
you know, it's whatever. She didn't even say what book I should read.
I'm not worried about tracks right now.
Kind of fucked up.
We could come back in a later episode for this.
The thing is, we planned the date right like hours before. Whatever, it's fine. No, it's not. I'm alone. Anyway, we're almost done with this flag. Almost. But on the whole, like, government takeover, right? Where it's like you can't say a bad thing about anybody, or like they'll arrest you. Right, like that one scene from that one Batman show or whatever, where it's like Batman meets like a multiverse Batman, and it's like, wow, Gotham is so pretty and so like it's like such a peaceful place.
The problem for me is that it's a vein.
Right, but like, I don't know, a guy gets mad at a waiter and then just like he gets arrested. If you want people to care about the big laws, you have to make them care about the little laws. It's like, wow. Your parents would have been so proud of you, huh? That was Batman saying that to Batman. Anyway. If a peoples get suppressed hard enough, there will always be an uprising or a civil war. Right? Like, yeah, the civil rights movement is one. The amount of countries that are like, man, we're being like, America's number one example of it, right? Like, the Americans felt suppressed by the monarch of Great Britain. So the Civil War happened. Right, and like, yeah, that's oversimplifying it, but right, like the whole Boston Massacre, you know, Boston Tea Party, and the paper tax, and the stamp tax. Which, I mean, we live in a world of which our founding fathers wanted to separate from. Taxation without representation. Who is my representative? Who represents me? Alexander Haslam. Because he's not doing a good job.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, yeah, I could say controversial things, but it's like I'm not saying anything that's really controversial, right? Like you just look at history and it's just like, right. And I haven't told the girl this. I was just like, you look at history at any time. Like let's say they do make gay marriage illegal. They're not going to, nor can they.
And this is why I
Right.
can't.
Nor do
This is
they
why I
even
listen
have
to
an
you. You
interest
see
to.
this?
Right, because
We
like
want 1.2 gigabytes. It's not that much, but I keep saying that it is.
you're fearful. You have the right to be
The
fearful,
communist world
but you don't have
cheats on the copy, and then
you you're just fearful of the like complete wrong thing.
we're going to use. Looks like a copy of the world. There's now spectator mode, so that's nice.
Right, and right now I would say the president I voted in isn't doing the best job.
This is a copy of redo. Activate. Continue.
But like I feel like we would have been left off in the same spot no matter who was in office. Perhaps it would have been worse. So that's how I like to think of it. Like, hey, maybe this could have been worse. It's not any better, but it's...
Now we make another hour.
It could be worse.
Yo, hour 3. Still mining. Go, come visit, please. Flown. Save. Great.
I completely forgot where I was going with that.
Set game mode 3.
Oh yeah, I was just like, let's say you like all your fears come true and like the people are suppressed. If they are suppressed, if like a type of people are suppressed long enough, there will be an uprising, and the good guys typically usually win. And like I can't really compare like what like gas has always been like $3. I've seen gas go like under $2 once this past year. Man, I actually never realized the price of gas fluctuating so much. Right, like last week it was like $3.54. Now it's like 3.69. actually crazy. It's like, this bitch can't sit still. Sorry for that verse. It's in my nature. I have to curse. I'm sorry for that verse. It's in my nature. I gotta curse. And the hoe is just a female dog to me, bitches. Right, sorry for that verse. What's your real age? No more questions. Yes, and matter of fact, there is. Right, and it's just like, you know.
So this one doesn't have any.
I don't know. She's like, ugh, you need it's fine.
So we're what? Day 8?
I live with greater mistakes every day of my life. That's fine.
I'll explore for a bit longer.
And I'm sorry for that verse.
And then I'm gonna...
But you know, it's just, I don't know. The world's gone soft.
video. Hour 3, shorts 5. Cause like it doesn't hurt to also explore.
My main goal is to blow up, get really famous, and disappear for 3 years. And then, you know, build a giant city in real life, middle of Montana. At first this was Wyoming, but now it's Montana. I might move it to like Utah or something. Right? Like in my mind, I have designed a way to make the world's largest building. And it's like another thing is Smarter Destin from Smarter Every Day. He tried to manufacture something from the and like everything is made in the United States, and it's just like, huh, everything is actually made in China, right? Because like we lost the people with the ability to manufacture stuff, right? Like a single nut, bolt, screw is Chinese.
Blueberries. I'll take some blueberries.
Right? And it's just like tool. It's called like tool and die, right? It's pretty much just like a mold, right? Or like creating some sort of mold or whatever. You should like actually go watch that video. It's called like, can you manufacture something in America? The answer is not really. right? And it's just like, if the 50s had social media back then, I would say I want to move back into the 50s or 70s. Just because, like, life was simpler. And, like, better. Better in terms of, like, you could buy a house and, like, we were a more powerful country back then. Not the whole, like, oh, middle of the Cold War, Vietnam, Jim Crow. Not in that way. But I think in every era there's pros and cons. Right? So, like, yeah, this era has social media. I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons there. But right, like the 80s has pros and cons of the 90s, same thing with the 2000s. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I need that recession to hit. Okay, well, I think it's gonna happen, right? So we have these baby boomers, right? Like we all know that the world is actually like losing population, right? Like parents nowadays aren't, or family couples nowadays aren't making babies, right? Like we all know that Japan in 2 to 3 generations is gonna it's just gonna be all old people. So I think it's gonna happen
Alright, let's get out of here.
because of World War II. World War II. I mean, we're gonna live with the effects of World War II for millennia, whether we realize it or not. Um,
Yes, I hear the slime. Also, I don't.
so it's just like, for like so many years, for like 7 years, which is that, what's crazy? The Beatles lasted as long as World War II. That's crazy. Because World War II was like 6 years. The Beatles were 7. Right? Because you think the Beatles, like, yeah, like they ruled the 60s and 70s, but it's just like
I kinda know what I'm
only
doing.
a little bit of the 70s.
So I'm gonna find my way out of here.
Sorry about that. We're like very. I think the Beatles. Okay, Google. When were the Beatles active? 1960 to 1970. I thought it was like 61 to like 72 or whatever, but whatever.
That you're the problem?
Right, but it's just like, man, like you have these guys, these men.
So, 760.
Right, they have loved ones back home. You know, the 20s were great, but now some guy with the first name Adolf, goofy ass first name, but I don't think that gets talked enough about. Some guy named Adolf.
Jump up here.
How are we gonna name? How are we gonna let some guy named Adolf do all that? Oh, what? That's a goofy first name, and he was the most feared man of like all time. Some guy named A. Just let that sink in. I don't think that gets talked about enough. Which I don't know if they're dead yet, but there's a couple of descendants who were like, oh, we were related to this guy, now we're gonna just like not have any children. They're not, their last name isn't Hit, but it's
What the hell?
something else, but you know, like I have relatives with a different last name. Anyway, that's not important.
Watch like everything I got just be gone. So idiotic, dude. How?
They realized it was just like, hey, we're related to like the worst human being in history. Let's just end the, let's just end the family tree here. Right? So like they don't have any kids. I mean, they're old as hell now.
I think
They might be dead. I'm not sure. But yeah. So, but anyway, right? The term baby boomers are people like born like after World War II, because there was like a boom of babies, right? Because like I think it was like what? Not it wasn't a third, but it was just like might be like 10% of the world's population died in World War II. Okay, Google. What percent of the world's population died in World War II? 3%. It was 3%. Anyway, that's a lot of people died, right? And like, so like 3% of the world's population just vanished and it's just like nobody could make babies, right? Because like everybody was focused on the war. You know, all the men were out
I don't think you realize how dumb that is, but I do.
fighting. You know, and then like, oh, we came home, right? We haven't seen like a woman in 6 years, and just people started to go to town. And then boom, the population soared again, right? And like that was good for the time, but now we have a bunch of just old people now, just like dying. But like, you know, like social security and everything, right? And it's just like, okay, well, things are high now, but you know, as people die out, like death is a bad, sad thing, right? Like I'm not saying that, like my grandparents are a baby. I'm not. They're in the baby boomer generation, right? So they are boomers,
Fight against the dark once more.
right? So like I kind of fuck with baby boomers. You know what I mean? Like I like my grandpa, but I like my grandparents. I'm fortunate to have all four lives, though. It has not gone past me on how lucky I am to not have a close loved one like that. Like, yeah, I've had people die, but like nobody who I like grieve for. I'm very happy about that. I'm very thankful that you know, like I still have like all my parents, both of my parents. You know, I still have all my grandparents. You know, like all my close friends are like still kicking. You know, like so like death is a sad thing. And like there was this like one I I I, I I don't know if we were friends or not. I wouldn't consider us as friends, but like we sat at the same lunch table,
6,
right? Like
7, 8.
they got shot and, like by their own mom. And it's like that's fucked up. Right, and like I had like people around me like more sad about it, and I was like doom and gloom about it too.
Well,
But it was just like, hey man, like oh, I was in the group chat. I was like, I do care about you guys. You know, because like you know, I was the most hated one at the friend group, or not really a friend group, but just like of the lunch table. Um, Mostly had to do with my beliefs on transgenderism. It's just like, first of all, I knew all of you since like kindergarten, and now like you're this like brand new person. Like, nah, I just can't see it that way. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you know, you do you. I'm not gonna die on this stuff. Anyway, Um, like I've actually like actually happening now, right? Like, so I go out cut grass. That's my whole thing, right? But like a cousin of mine, she was like ancient. You know, her name was Eileen. Not Eileen. It was Elaine. Which is like, oh yeah, that's an old timey name. Right, but like, you know, she passed away.
Done nothing or
And like now the house is for sale. Right, so you have
and then you like die in lava.
this happening all over the country, right? You have people not making new babies, so now we're gonna have a surplus of homes. Meaning, like, there's a higher supply and less demand, so now the prices are actually gonna go way down, and you'll be able to afford houses again. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Whoa! Like what almost happened there? Anyway.
Alright, so we're at the last row here.
Creepers were raining down on me.
Please don't have enough. I do. Alright. Let's take a flyover. Hey man, that seems pretty Russian to me. But there is a few things we have to do.
Just to be safe,
We are going to have to
property.
dig out the sand.
Cool.
And now that I actually didn't want to do this last because I didn't want the water to get in the way. So this just makes it so much easier. Like water, like I could do all that, and there's like water's not an issue anymore. I probably need what, 3 stacks?
This day 11. I'm ready to go to sleep.
So yeah, I'm gonna finish up here, and I'll meet you guys back up in a sec. Right, because like I believe the world has ways of healing itself. Right, like nature takes its course.
So now we head south.
And I think we're gonna see that again. Right, and then because it's like cheaper to like build a homes and there's less social security things that we're gonna have to pay out, we might be able to like see an influx of, I don't know, Baby Boomer 2, Electric Boogaloo. I mean, that's just, I'm only taking like one.
Okay. Proposal. You need wooden
social law or one
shovel
economics class
in order to make a boat.
in my life. But like
Yeah,
that's what makes
yeah,
sense
yeah,
to me. Is
I
just like
get that.
okay, well, I do know a little bit of supply and demand, right? Like I was the fastest one in the class to make a.
There were different boat speeds, so this could be like maybe slower, and then like another you craft it with a netherite shovel,
Make
and
a
then use
supply and
wood
demand chart. All right, you have your price is the Y.
more
Um,
speed with a
actually,
netherite shovel.
quantity is
Like maybe 3 times fast as this.
your X.
Be like I don't know
Then
9.
supply and demand.
Wood would be the slowest. Gold would
Right.
be
And then where supply and demand reach is called equilibrium. That's where like people are like
below
happiest,
diamond
supposedly.
because diamond is actually like slower than gold because gold doesn't last as long. Where am I going?
Like that's like basic economics 101. And just, there's a bunch of houses now. It'll be cheaper to be able to like buy a house. It won't be like, like $20 to buy a house like it was in like the 20s or whatever.
So yeah,
Like, you have your inflation. What we need is deflation. I don't know how that would work.
that's just
How you would be able to get us there. And I do mean you. No, I'm not talking. No, I'm talking about like the person watching this right now. How are you going to get us out of this mess?
I saw something red.
But
There's only 3 things red in nature. So these are useless to me.
right, and like when the recession hits, that lowers like prices too.
Okay, that's a squat.
I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I never lived. Oh, I actually did live through one, but I was 2. 2005, baby. 2008 is when that thing hit. Man, I should have invested in housing and Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I had a time machine, that's what I'm doing. It's just like, hey, invest. Here's $100. I am giving you $100 to invest in this thing. And like invest it. Don't pull out. I mean, Bitcoin's like at $100,000 right now. That's $99,999
Actually lost.
profit, excluding tax.
Where is spawn?
What is it?
Negative 30.
I don't know, but it's only $1. But like, trust me. You don't lose anything here.
So we have to go that way.
Okay. If this goes wrong, it's on me. Alright, I'm hard selling that to my parents. If I had a time machine. I might have to like ask my mom, like, hey, if some stranger just like walked up to you and was like, invest in this thing. Here's like $100 to invest into this thing. And like he assures you it's gonna be big. Complete stranger, like how do you think you and dad would react?
Go around this island and then go to the right.
Man, we should have invested in Bitcoin instead of being young.
I see the thing.
I gotta clean this up.
That's Spawn Island.
I actually do think I have torches here. I mean, this place is pretty well lit up. Oh, it's a Denmark flag. But oh, one thing I didn't do is turn this off. Oh, that's gonna fuck up the recording. Knowing my parents, they'd definitely be hesitant. If I see your ass again, I'll be hesitant. The moon's going down, okay. I want to get right here. And I gotta hustle to Germany. Invade Germany. There. No, but dude, oh my god, if they invested in Bitcoin, my parents are so stupid. Ew, I hate them, I hate them, I can't stand them. But still, you know, like, hey, you could have done that thing. It really would have helped me out. I imagine being the guy who paid like 10 Bitcoin for a pizza. At the time, it was a smart business, smart financial choice. It's like, hey, 10 Bitcoin. Pizza's like 20 bucks, you know? And you can see a slight difference. I see your ass again, don't be hesitant. Think you a snitch. Throw a house person in a ditch. See? See? Like, throw a house person in. Nah, that's not, doesn't have the same vulgar to it. Come on, man. This fucks everything up. I hate my parents for making me what. Oh, funny guy. Funny guy. Big guy. Yeah, Vaughn fans understand that joke. Big guy. I don't know. I just think the world is a troublesome place, and there's nothing you can do about it. No matter how badly you want to. But yeah, that sucks. But what are you gonna do about it, man? Can't really do anything about it. That's the shit pattern. Alright, this is just to make the map look cleaner. That's all what this is for. Oh! Alright, so it is done. I mean, sheesh. You know, and the more we do this, the more clean it's gonna look. I mean, between the flags all nice and clean. The white looks bigger. I don't know. Might be an optical illusion. I think that's what it is, but I don't know. But yeah, that's well, we got to see what it looks like on the world map. Hang on. The world. No, we have to update the entire thing again. So there's Belarus. There's Russia. Poland. I took the war to Poland. Yeah, man. And again, as we continue to like add countries here, you know, I'm doing it somewhat geographically, but you know, there's like borders, man. I'm like trying to put it on a grid, so I mean things are gonna be out of whack at some parts. But if I could get like the most of Europe, just like in line, then that helps a lot, right? Like I still don't know where I want to have like Sweden and everything. I have like Latvia, or no, Lithuania going here. Um, right, and then I think it's what the Netherlands here, Belgium, France, England, or the UK, and then you know you have UK, or you have Ireland. So I mean, yeah. So again, as the world, as we continue to do these, which I'm thinking about doing like once a week for a while. You know, I mean, it'll be like a 3.5 year ordeal. Right, because we did the 195 flags. We have 6 done. There's 52 weeks in a year. Right. So that's what? 350s, which is 3 years, and then you have your actually it'll probably be more around 4 years. Yeah, it'll be 4 years. I don't know what I'm thinking about. 4 years of just doing this though. Oh god. I don't know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Hope you learned a lot about Russia. Stream, I know you didn't. I know specifically you guys didn't. I actually kind of forget how I have everything planned out here. What's the Lithuanian flag? Those are I think Lithuania has a little bit of green. Let's take a peep here. Okay, so it has a yellow. It's another tricolor flag. So what I think I'm gonna have is Latvia be here and Estonia be here. What's the Estonian flag? Estonia. Woo! It's a like a light blue, black, and white flag. That's actually pretty clean. Let's what's the Latvian flag? Latvia is oof. So think of it like Denmark. Actually, it's just red with a slim, thin white stripe. Um, then we have like Moldova, Romania, fucking Budapest, Hungary, and then we have like the Baltics. All right, and then we have the Middle East. Um, perhaps every Tuesday. We'll do it. There is one thing I do need to do. All right. All right. So the coach of the year was Montreal, and rookie of the year was the Siren Sarah Filler. Um, coach of the year was Corey Chevery. I mean, Gwyneth Phillips not being rookie of the year or Carla McLeod not being coach of the year, like not having not having Ottawa there's not it. There's got to be, you know, because like yeah, like I know like Ottawa beat Montreal to advance. Um, that's that doesn't count into that doesn't count into season voting, right? Like in the NFL, if you had those votes count towards the like end of the year, like in the postseason, then you'd have like whoever's in the Super Bowl win every time, right? So so I'm not mad about the fact that, oh well, this team beat this team, so whoever's on this team deserves all the awards because they advanced to the finals after being that. I understand why that's not a thing, but McLeod led that team. They were struggling in the beginning of the year, then they kind of had a little falter there. And then, she found a way, pushed them into the playoffs, right? Like, Gwyneth Phillips was the Ottawa defense. So, not having one of those one of those girls there, I won't say guys, but I'll be respectful. Girls be there just doesn't sit right with me. But so again, the goalie of the year goes to N. Rene Desbiens. Rookie of the year goes to Sarah Fier or Fillier. Yeah, Fillier. And coach of the year goes to Corey Chevary. I'll let you guys peek. I mean, she I guess she does deserve to be there because they had they were like first. I can't be mad at Corey Chevary being coach of the year. They did have they were right, they were in the first seed all year, so can't be mad there. Right. And, and then I mean, like, you know, I mean, I don't know much about Sarah, to be honest with you. Um, but I mean, Montreal's very good in the regular season, so I can't be mad at that, I guess. But still, like, Gwyneth Phillips should at least be Rookie of the Year. I don't know why they don't have, or why they didn't do defensive. Why they why they don't have a defensive player of the year. Now, Danielle Serdachny goes to Seattle, and Emirates Mashmeyer, who's a goalie, goes into Vancouver. So pretty much the two expansion teams get to pick. So each team gets to save like 2 to 3 players. Right? It's like pick 3 players. Those guys stay with you. But whoever else, the expansion teams can pick whoever on your team. Um So, yep, that's how that works. Sarah Nurse. We talked a little bit about her. I expected her to come up a lot more because she was on the cover on the she was on the cover of that NHL game. She barely came up in conversation. She's now in Vancouver. Wait. I'm in Seattle. Focus. Come on, lock in. It's funny because my name's Alex.
I'm still gonna try to give it, bro. That's also like I had opportunities that just didn't work out, whether it's injuries or like the first couple years you said like we just wasn't good. We had 2, 3 years we had a chance, CP was hurt, but then again, I'm going against a real dynasty. Like Warriors didn't have Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? It's all right, cool. Let me just try to sacrifice the money, the individual, act, all that. So that's what the situation happened. But then the Philly situation, to where it's like the same thing. The long story short is for nothing. Does the championship not being part of the resume? Does the championship not being does the
I'm unsubscribing from people who I never subscribed to. Oh my god, you guys don't understand, bro. This guy in Flint, Michigan discovered how to like move like rocks and stones and whatever. Alright, so I think well we could do this. Alright, we should I open paint? Let's open paint. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do, right? Um Wait, that'll give us a good okay. Now so where's okay. It's not the prettiest, I know. Okay, so let's see here. So where do we want to have put where do we want to start? So let's say this is Russia. Right? Ukraine. Poland. Germ. Alright, then we have Den. Then we have Bell. Belarus. Right. So actually what we need to do is we need to extend this out. Alright. So now we have the Netherlands. Bell. Alright, you have UK, Ireland, France. Alright. Lith. I said what this is East stone. Then this will be Latvia. I don't know where we go from there though. Like, I mean, in the South is like mess, dude. Like, I actually have no idea on how I'm gonna put it. What a mess. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I could put on a world map. Okay, okay, there we go. Okay, it's saying forever load. I'm going to go to the bathroom. Thing is that it's just so we are. You actually can't really see because it's doing the whole. But like, here's Ukraine, right? It's just a mess, like right in this area. Right, we'll worry about Africa later, but because I started with Ukraine, because that was like the most relevant one to start at with the time at the time. Ukraine is kind of my like home base, right? Like I am basing everything off of like Ukraine. Really, like in a sense, everything's based off of Ukraine. So that being said, now that you know like where I'm at, actually I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. Yeah, much quicker. Um, well, where will we say more? Right, we have. God damn it. Okay, well we could do the what we're doing with. We just have to do it with 3. Okay, so we can have. Oh man, I don't. Russia's so like. If you look, Russia is so big. Like this is just Russia right here. Now, like nobody lives here. Everybody lives here, but there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That like I don't even know if like I could base anything off of Russia. Moldova there. Slova Slovakia. Hungary. Hungary. So I have Romania. Right? And like under Germany. Oh man. We need like where's my thing? Right, Austria. Right, we'll have the Swiss and under Belgium we will have Italy. Actually, I mean, we have fucking Monaco. Okay, Google. Is Monaco a country? Ugh. God. It might have been smart to do Poland Czechia, and then Germany. Actually, Monaco. Ah, but we have fucking Luxembourg too. I think if it's Switzerland goes here, yeah. Italy. North Macedonia. Okay. The thing is like I wish, yeah, if like I had like, if I actually had like Czechia there, these things. That's the one for Poland. I need a lot, man. Hey, are we okay with Norway, Sweden, and Finland just being there? Like, right up, like here. And we could have it like right here, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where I want those guys. The thing is, I think Norway does have to go, like, right above here. So let's actually do it like this. So then we have because this is Nor. What the fuck is that? Swede. And then Ben. And then maybe I don't know how I want to do it. Maybe I'll like fill this up with blue, right? Like just with like ocean. Right? And like there's nothing here, so maybe these will be all green. We might be able to do that. Right, and I think Spain. Right, so this is that's Spain. Will be Portugal. Right, and then you have your African countries here. I mean, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 28. Oh, jeez. I mean, what I think I'm going to do. I'll put like a red star. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. You know, maybe. I don't know. What's the Moldovan flag? Oh my god, there's a thing there. A bird holding a cross. That'll be brown wool, red and blue and green. Okay, Czechia. That one might be fun to do. Might do that one. Might do that one next. What country's flag has the most blue in it? Belize. Belize is mostly blue. Hmm. I have a lot of blue I need to get rid of. Just like blue. That's it. Um, maybe. Nah, I don't want to do Estonia yet. I want to do Latvia. I could do, but I really need to get rid of my blue. If we take a look around, that way will be the quickest. Or whatever goes here. I mean, this is ocean, so I mean, I guess we could just leave it as ocean. We don't have to put blue wool down. Let's boom, boom. Right, and it's like, I don't need, like, I just need, like, a basic grid. Like, I could do, like, a checkerboard if I really wanted to on how I do things. But, like, I don't want to go, like, all the way over there to do the United States, right? And then come back over here, and then it just doesn't line up. So that's why I'm doing that. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep, man. I'm tired. Like my bone, I'm in pain because just hurting because I'm tired. You know, like whenever you stay up too late, it's just like, wow, that hurts. It's time for you to go to bed. So, um, I think we should do two and then sometimes three a week. Cause I don't want this to be like a forever project. Which if I do one every 3 months, it will be. You know, maybe we don't even build flags. We just dig, right? Because all that needs dug out over there. We could get rid of that little mound. All right, I'm gonna have to move the nether portal around. Because this is black, maybe it should go into Estonia. No, Lithuania. Right? Lithuania. Maybe. No. Estonia. Right on the grid. No, we're not there on the grid. We have to go this way slightly. Well, we might be. Yeah, we are on the grid. Yes. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna go now.